The New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys are playing on Thursday Night Football this week. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really that excited about this game. I don't really care about the New York Giants. I don't care to watch Daniel Jones, and I could care less about watching the Dallas Cowboys right now. They've been playing some really unwatchable football, but the only reason that I am invested in watching this game is because of the beef between Giants standout rookie wide receiver Malik Nabers and Dallas Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs. So for those of you guys who weren't keeping up with the beef between these two in the offseason, they had some words that were exchanged on social media. Trevon Diggs was talking a lot of trash to Malik Nabers, and now it's time for Trevon Diggs to back up his smack talk. And I believe it was a really bad decision on Trevon Diggs' behalf to poke the monster that is Malik Nabers. This dude is just a specimen at the wide receiver position. I've never seen a wideout have his kind of strength, explosiveness, and aggressiveness coming off the line. When he gets the ball in his hands, this dude becomes a running back. He's an unstoppable force out there in the open field, and a lot of defensive backs hate tackling this dude. And right now, he's on pace to have a historical rookie season. 23 catches, 271 receiving yards. He already has 3 receiving touchdowns. This is the New York Giants offense, all right? And the only reason worth watching the Giants for is to watch this amazing specimen that is Malik Nabers. This dude is going to completely embarrass Trevon Diggs in this game. Trevon Diggs, he's a solid corner, but he's not as good as what Cowboy fans hype him up to be. I don't think he's an elite corner. I believe that he's a top 15 corner, but he doesn't belong in the same conversation as a Patrick Surtain or a Jair Alexander. And for one, it's because he's pretty inconsistent. And I remember watching a Thursday night game when the Cowboys secondary got torched by DK Metcalf last year. And Malik Nabers, with all of the trash talk that he was getting from Trevon Diggs, he's going to make him eat his words. Because we know that Trevon Diggs, he has the tendency to get beat on double moves. He tends to be really aggressive when it comes to trying to bait quarterbacks into throwing interceptions, and it costs them. And when it goes into this matchup, or when it comes to this matchup with Malik Nabers and him, I just don't think he's going to be able to slow this dude down. If you are a fantasy football owner, expect a 30, 40-point performance out of Malik Nabers, man, because Trevon Diggs doesn't know what he just got himself into. One thing that you never do is poke the bear, and that's exactly what Trevon Diggs did. And one thing about the Dallas Cowboys is that you would think for a team that gets as much national spotlight as what they get, despite not being that good, not being to a Super Bowl since VHS tapes were around, the players wouldn't talk as much smack. But Trevon Diggs was running his mouth on social media, and Malik Nabers is about to make this dude look completely terrible Thursday night. So if you were thinking about not tuning in to this Thursday night game, you got a reason to tune in. Watch the Malik Nabers show. Grab you some popcorn. Get you a soda. And just watch Malik Nabers go to work on the NFL's most overrated cornerback. Because last year, this defense got torched by DK Metcalf. Everybody was gassing up DaRon Bland when he came in and filled in for Trevon Diggs when he ended up getting his season cut short. And that defense got torched that night. They were able to win that game some way, somehow, but it was a close win. And it was an embarrassing performance out of Dallas secondary. And Malik Nabers, he could have the exact same game that we saw DK Metcalf have last year when the Dallas Cowboys were playing Seattle on Thursday Night Football. So just look out for the Malik Nabers versus Trevon Diggs beef. You know, it was definitely something that I was excited about going into this year. A lot of people haven't really been talking about it. So I'm excited to see what Trevon Diggs is about to allow happen to him against Malik Nabers. I love me some Malik Nabers, man. This dude is an absolute stud.